Good morning, good morning. It's Monday. Y'all know what Monday is, right? It's this new thing called Motivation Monday. So, every Monday we're going to give you a motivational tip or idea or thought process or something to think about, that can help you in your trucking business. Now, I'm not saying I'm getting away from trucking, but a lot of this stuff that I talk about is also can be used in other business ventures. When I ran the car dealership for 15 years, I used a lot of this. So today we're going to talk about perception. Perception is the most dangerous word and view in the world. So there's a old saying I heard somewhere, it's your perception is not my reality, right? And it pretty much comes down to, how do you look at life? How do you look at the situation you're in? So if your truck breaks down, are you looking at, my truck breaks down, I don't have the money to cover it, it's going to put me in the hole, it's going to set me back, I'm going to lose thousands of dollars? Or is it, our truck's broke down, let's get the whole truck gone through, and while it's doing that, I'll work on other stuff. I'll build my clientele. I'll, work on the trailer. If the truck's down, I can work on the trailer. That's when I get a lot of my, other stuff done. Or even family. That a lot of family times comes from the down truck. So you can look at things many, many different ways. And here's the biggest one that people don't realize, that essentially all of it is perception. So how much money do you make? Do you make enough? Do you make good money? That's perception. My good money and your good money is not the same, I'm sure. So then it also comes down to rate per mile, day per mile, blah, blah, blah. So I've said this to a couple people before, and when I say this, it kind of shocks them. So I know guys that will work for $1,000 a day. That's what they want, is $1,000 a day. So if they run 1,200 mile run, it pays $2,000, and they could do it in 2 days. They think they're making money. So if I say, will you work for $1,000 a day? Most people will say yes, right? But if I say, will you work for $1.66 a mile? Most people will say no. Well, newsflash, those numbers are the same. They are the exact same. It's all perception. Now, with the pickup trucks, you make a little bit less per day. That 12 to 1,500 is good. But you can't look at just rate per mile. Man, you can't look at just daily either. Because here's the thing with rate per mile. The more miles you drive, the lower your cost will get. You're like, Hotshot, what are you talking about? Well, if you put all your bills into per mile, and you say you're doing $10,000 a month, but you do $15,000 a month, well, you've made extra money. But if you base it on $10,000 a month and you only do $8,000, you've lost money that month, and you don't realize it, because you've ran for $2 a mile. You think you made money, and the only time you know you didn't make money is when You look at the bank account at the end of the month, and it's less than it was at the beginning. So life is all about perception, you know. And a lot of people want to be perceived as successful, wealthy, nice cars, nice shoes, nice clothes. That's just what they want. Now, it took me a while to get over part of that. I still have the nice truck problem. That's not going anywhere because that's my rolling business card. But when you realize that another person's perception does not matter at all, it's not reality, it's perception. Once you realize that, your whole life will change. If you look in my comments, look at how many people assume. Their perception is everything's handed to me. I fail. I move equipment because I can't make it. I bought a new truck because I can't afford my old truck. You know, and their perception changes when their jealousy for you kicks it into high gear. And if you're a business owner, you don't have to have your own authority. If you're a business owner, I'm going to tell you right now, you will have haters. And they're probably going to be pretty close to you. It may be ex-friends. It may be family members. You know, you may have to cut people off and you're going to be called a sellout. You're going to be told, oh, you're changing, money changed you. They're just not going to admit that their perception of you has changed and you're not running on their perception. So, like, it could go down to everything. As even with DOT, it's all about perception. They perceive this law this way. Does that mean it's true? No. I've seen so many people say, well, this officer told me this. But when I go to the book and I show them, well, this is what it says. Oh, it's wrong because this officer said. Well, no, that officer perceived that law incorrectly. Personal conveyance we're going to do a video on personal conveyance, but there is nobody that has the same perception of personal conveyance. So guys, you have to realize that your perception is your reality. What you think, what you see, what you believe is reality. I believed that I could start with my pickup truck and my trailer and move up. And that was my reality because I kept that outlook. I kept that perception. I did not change it when trucks broke down. There's a lot of people that are by nature negative people. And it may not be your fault. You may have grown up that way. You may have, just had such a rough life and such a rough past that your perception is flawed. And it's fine, but you have to fix it. Business success starts within. It doesn't start with what you think, what I think. It starts within you knowing you can do this. You knowing you can fix it. And you being honest with yourself. If you're bad with paperwork and organization, you need to learn that first. Change that first. So this video is pretty much just to, kind of bring light to the way that perception can change your business. And you do need other people's perceptions at times. You do. But in order to get their perception and the correct perception, you have to make sure you guys are on the same page. Like, if I believe that me grossing $1 million is important, if that's my perception, but your perception is me netting 800 is important. Who makes more money? What perception is right? You have to be on the same page. And when it comes down to your numbers, there's no worse place to use your wrong perception of numbers. People think, oh, I grossed $200K this month, so I made money. But yet, you may have $150,000 in expenses. You know, so gross is not as important. It's important, but it's really not important. I could care less on gross. I don't do no numbers based on gross. I need to know my net. What am I making per day? Is my risk to reward there? And does it work? I don't care how much money I start with. I care what I end with. And that's why I won't run $1,000 a day load. Because at the end of the day, after truck, trailer, percentage, $1,000 load may profit me $300, $250, $300, $400, and a lot of people are like, well, that's good profit. But in that profit, you're not looking at possibilities. Your perception is that's great money. My perception is that doesn't cover a blowout. That's bad business, bad risk to reward, you know, bad return on investment. That's my perception of it, you know, and that's what works for me. So, guys, you got to study yourself. You've got to look within and find out what are your key goals. What do you perceive? What's success? What is success is where you need to start. Your perception of success will determine how easy, how hard, or if you even make it to that success. So, I hope you guys like that. Let me know if these Motivation Mondays are working for you. You know, if you guys see any value in them, let me know. I'm probably going to end up running out of topics, but we'll find some. I'm just trying to do something different. And because I know I got brokers, I got dispatchers, I got just business people, you know, so I want to cater to everybody. But let me know what you think about Motivation Monday. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that ding ding. In my perception, if you don't give me a thumbs up, you don't like the video. Peace.